everybody, it's Cobra DVS here with another pickups video. I'm not feeling my best today, but I decided I should probably just do the video anyway. So I got some pretty cool stuff. A couple pretty good Saturn games. Some common ones, but then some pretty good ones. I got a couple of DVDs, some newer stuff. Well, newer last gen, but let's go ahead and get started with the DVDs, I guess, just real quick. These were at a flea market. They were pretty cheap. I think it was like 2 for $5. And I'm not a huge follower of Die Hard, but I thought I'd get it anyway. I saw it on TV once, so I figured it's probably better on DVD, uncut, or not censored. This one's actually a favorite of mine, a classic if you ask me. It's Tremors with the underground worms. That's a good one. But those all pale in comparison to this one that I found. It's I've watched it I think 3 times already. I watched it with the commentary on it, and it's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. This is pretty much becoming, if it's not there already, it's really getting close to being my favorite movie. Right up there with Army of Darkness and Predator and those kind of movies. The Thing is really good. So those are the DVDs I got. At my local game store, these next things I got for $1 a piece, actually. They're boxes only for GameCube games, but they're all kind of, I don't want to say expensive, but they're more on the pricey side for GameCube games. 2 of them have manuals, 1 don't, and mind you, there's no games in these. The first one is Ocarina of Time for the GameCube. It's got the Master Quest bonus in it, so I thought for $1, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. The next one is a game that I've beaten, but I don't have. It's Super Mario Sunshine. And last one doesn't have the manual. It's Wind Waker. So I mean, for $3, you can't really beat that. Now I'm just after discs, the disc-only copies, which tend to be kind of pricey too. But you know, whatever. That's all right. All right. So these next few things are all eBay except for the last one. Remember when I got that Mega Man X4? And the guy that he put the tape on the disc and ruined it. Well, I did get some other games from him, and he said he'd make sure not to put tape on the discs. So I got a couple games from him. The first one is Mortal Kombat 2. That's complete. And this one's pretty cool. It's Die Hard Arcade. A lot of Die Hard today in the pickups. Well, just 2 things, but. This is I haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. I think it's funny that that's not Bruce Willis on the cover. It's just a sweaty guy in a tank top. I thought that was kind of funny, but it's supposed to be a pretty good game, so we'll see how it is. This next one's an eBay purchase I got for 99 cents, and then whatever shipping was. But it's supposed to be a good game, and it's in really good shape. It's Sega Rally Championships. So I thought, you know, 99 cents plus a few bucks for shipping. I'll pay that. Okay, so this is where the 2 last things are really good things. One's pretty rare, and one's just a game I've wanted. I'll start with the game I just wanted. It's you know, ever since I got my 3DS, I've been trying to kind of expand my playing of the original DS game. You know, I got Contra and Aliens, and I'm kind of slowly expanding the my library. And when I found out that there were 3 of this series on the DS, I'm starting to seek them out. So I got the second one, and it's Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Now, you know, I've never played these. I haven't played any Castlevania. The latest one I played was Castlevania 4. I kind of want to play Symphony of the Night, Bloodlines, Dracula X, you know, all of them except for the 64 ones. So I'm trying to get these. These are pretty cool. I've only played a little bit of it, but so far so good. No complaints. So Castlevania Portrait of oh, this is complete too. The game is in my DS. All right, this next thing is really cool, and it's got an interesting story. So I walk into the store. It's in Flint. I walk in, and I immediately go towards the retro stuff because that's mostly why I go there. And by the way, this store is also where I got Portrait of Ruin. And I go to their Saturn stuff, and I see Mega Man X4 for the Saturn sitting there. And I'm thinking, oh, no way. You know, like, it's like, I don't know. But I really wanted it. And it was, what was it? It was $36.99, I think. Which is pretty fair if you ask me. It's actually quite under what it usually goes for on eBay. So I was pretty keen and I wanted to get it. And then I found Portrait of Ruin, and I went back and looked at the Saturn stuff again, and then I saw Mega Man 8 for the Saturn. Mega Man 8 for the Saturn is like really expensive. It's like, you know, $70 to $100 for a complete copy. And they had it for $46, complete, in good shape. And that's where the dilemma started. It's like, do I get Mega Man X4 for $37 and Portrait of Ruin, or do I get Mega Man 8 for $47 and Portrait of Ruin? And I think I made the right choice, and I think you'll probably agree. I went ahead and got Mega Man 8. And the reason is because I don't think I'm ever going to come across Mega Man 8 for such a low price ever again. And Mega Man X4 is a lot more common. It's still pretty rare-ish, but it's a lot more common than Mega Man 8. So I thought the odds of a disc-only copy coming up for sale on eBay or Amazon or something would be a lot more likely than than me ever getting this again. So I went ahead and got Mega Man 8. Now, when I got the disc, because they keep the discs behind the counter, just the cases are out. A few things that you can't tell if I just hold it up like this. But there was it said Superstar Video, like a video store, and around the disc here had a little white sticker. Now, I didn't want that on the disc, but I was very careful in deciding to take it off, because I don't want to ruin this disc. I just don't want to do it, and I was pretty careful with it. I was able to get most of the marker off. It's still there. If I work on it a little bit more, it'll probably come. I don't know if you can see it. It's right down here. It's pretty faded. With a little more work, I could probably get it off. And then the sticker, I went ahead and was able to get that off too. There's a little residue. It's not really sticky, but it's like little marks. I'm gonna try and get that off too. But as of right now, I'm just going to leave it like this. There is a crack in the plastic inside here, but that won't affect the game. And if it does, I'll just take it back. I haven't played it yet. I got it yesterday. I got home kind of late yesterday, so I didn't hook up the Saturn. So one more thing though with this, the manual is really weird. I don't know if this was. I guess it was because it was a rental. They had just this, just the outer cover of the manual, no pages. But then behind that, they had computer printed the front and the back, and they had put the real inside paper of the instructions inside inside the photocopied ones. So I have the real pages and I have the real cover. They're just separated. So I'm gonna I'll figure out a way. I'll try and carefully maybe staple them how they came originally, and maybe I'll do it that way. But I thought that was kind of odd. So yeah, that is everything. So I went ahead and that's everything I got from that store anyway. And I went ahead and got this in Portrait of Ruin and spent a little bit of money, but you know what? I think it was money well spent if you ask me. So that's everything. You saw me get Army of Darkness for the Atari 2600 in my last video, so I don't need to show that again. But yeah, that's everything. And one more thing, if you know, I got a new camera as a result of getting a new phone. I upgraded. I was up for a new contract from Verizon, so I went ahead and upgraded from the Droid. I had a Droid Model 1 to a Droid 4, which just came out. It's a brand new phone. I'm really, really liking it. I haven't really tested the video out, so if I look a little different, that is probably why. But yeah, it's a pretty cool phone. I'm pretty happy to get it. And on that note, I am selling my Model 1 Droid. If anybody's interested, just message me and we'll work something out. But I have it on eBay, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, once more, that's everything, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. A couple pretty good Saturn games. Some common ones, but then some pretty good ones. I got a couple of DVDs, some newer stuff. Well, newer last gen, but let's go ahead and get started with the DVDs, I guess, just real quick. These were at a flea market. They were pretty cheap. I think it was like 2 for $5. And I'm not a huge follower of Die Hard, but I thought I'd get it anyway. I saw it on TV once, so I figured it's probably better on DVD, uncut, or not censored. This one's actually a favorite of mine, a classic if you ask me. It's really getting close to being my favorite movie. Right up there with Army of Darkness and Predator and those kind of movies. The Thing is really good. So those are the DVDs I got. At my local game store, these next things I got for $1 a piece, actually. They're boxes only for GameCube games. Hey everybody, it's Cobra DVS here with another pickups video. I'm not feeling my best today, but I decided I should probably just do the video anyway. So I got some pretty cool stuff. Tremors with the underground worms. That's a good one. But those all pale in comparison to this one that I found. It's I've watched it I think 3 times already. I watched it with the commentary on it, and it's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. This is pretty much becoming, if it's not there already,